Welcome to episode 1 of Artificial. Maybe draft 4 at this point, but it'll be fine, this one. Quick intro, first podcast ever. Both personal trainers, both heavily into the health and fitness industry, and we've got quite a unique outlook on health as a whole. Don't really follow the grain or the media in terms of mainstream ideas. We think there's a big sort of gap in the health industry, and it's pretty much most of the stuff we're going to talk about, isn't it?
For sure. We've had enough experience in the health and fitness industry to know what works and what doesn't work. So we're going to kind of cut the bullshit out for you guys and give you as much of our truth as we can.
Straight to the point, just cut the fat off the bone.
Exactly. Cut the fat off, give you the clear-cut guidance that you need. We're not trying to sell you anything except for basically getting out in nature and getting back to the source code, which is what we're going to break down for you, what the source code is, pretty much.
Your health should be free, shouldn't it? The things that make you healthy, you shouldn't have to pay for.
Exactly. And listen, our ancestors were 10 times, not 10 times, but a lot fitter, a lot stronger, a lot more healthy than we are now, and they didn't have a gym membership, and they didn't need 1,000 supplements, and they didn't need a specific diet to follow, because they were intuitive with the stuff that they were doing, and they were out in nature a lot more than we are. Nowadays in society, we get stuck in basically inside too much, and that starts fucking with our health. So yeah,
I heard someone say the other day that most people spend 90% of their life indoors. Since like the year 1900, I think 90% of people spend their whole life inside.
And I believe that, because...
No, sorry. 90% of their lives are spent inside.
I believe it, because listen, you're asleep indoors, that's half your day. Or 8 hours of your day gone already. Then you're working, which is... How often are people working outdoors nowadays?
Not
very
much,
unless you're a farmer or something like that. Gardener
or on like
something
a building site, maybe.
Yeah, you're not really outdoors much. And then that's the two main things that spend most of your time doing.
What would we say the big problems are from being inside too much? Not enough sun exposure, no grounding.
The air quality.
I was going to say air quality. Yes, we were speaking about this a few weeks ago, weren't we? About how fresh air is just like a term thrown around too much without people properly thinking about what it means. It's being stuck in like a big room where there's air conditioning or just recycled air. There's a big difference. You're just breathing in people's shit, aren't you?
Listen, at the end of the day, reading this biogeometry book while I was away, again, that's another podcast about the biogeometry and what it is and all that sort of stuff. We can explain that a little bit further in future for you guys, but to cut it down to the most simplest form I can, the whole of life force, if you want to call it life force, it all comes from water, basically. Would you agree? Yes, no?
Yeah. Well, how much water are we? Is it 80%, 90%, something like that?
The whole of life on this planet requires water.
Yeah.
When I was on the beach in Lanzarote and I see a little crab, little baby one that can't move as much, and sometimes it gets stuck on a piece of rock that doesn't have water splashing on it, basically. I come there the next day, it's dried out, it's dead. So water is the essence of everything, pretty much. And this is why in deserts it's very hard for life to survive, because there's not much water, but again, there is water because the air, the atmosphere is water. Everything is water, just in different levels. So
that's why Elon Musk or NASA, the first thing they look for on these planets is water. That's like step number 1. If they're not as interested if it doesn't have water on, because that means there's no life anywhere.
100%. So water is the essence of life force. Life force is what it creates life, let's say that, yeah? And even if we go a little bit further up, you have
Well, I was going to say, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but in the Bible, there was water, then there was land. The
100%.
land came second.
People don't realize that land comes out of water.
Yeah.
It's not that we have water on this planet and someone's put it on
Yeah.
this planet and we have the earth is just a rock and then there's water on it. No, the earth is a ball of water basically that brings out
Yeah.
the earth. So look at, again, I'll use Lanzarote because I've just been there as an example. These volcanoes, this lava that's in the earth's core, it's basically water. It's basically water. You know what I mean? So you have this water bubbling up underneath the Earth's crust.
Is that the deuterium depleted water by volcanoes? Yeah.
Basically, that then comes up through the Earth's crust to create new land. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So water is the essence of everything. Yeah, we can go really deep into a even higher spiritual level of everything is manifested out of this universal primordial, let's call it fog, you know what I'm saying, that condenses down into becoming the physical water on this planet, because you have a higher spiritual plane of water. You understand? But again, that can be another podcast and we can explain that a little bit further in detail and the importance of that. But yeah, life and water are very much connected. So anytime we have a lot of electromagnetic radiation, we have
but non-native.
Non-native.
Yeah, I've got to explain the difference.
Yeah, but even in the sun, even if you're getting out too much in the sun, you can dehydrate yourself in the desert. You know what I'm saying? So all forms of electromagnetic frequency or radiation
has some sort of pollution, doesn't it?
Has some sort of dehydrating effect. When you're dehydrated, you're losing life force. When you're indoors, you're more dehydrated because the air is not as fresh. You're not getting as much clean, fresh air, which has actually a lot of water in it, even in a subtle essence. Do you know what I mean? So when you're outside, you're actually a lot more hydrated, even if you don't drink water, than you are indoors.
Yeah. And blue light as well.
And blue light dehydrates you too.
Separate topic, but that's a big one to dehydrate your body as a whole, isn't it?
And also blue light, what people don't realise, blue light is basically the light that we all bathe ourselves in with this kind of new artificial light that we have, these LED lights, these bright white lights.
Phone screens.
And the phone screens and the TVs and the laptops, which are all blue light predominantly. Whereas back in the day, we used to have incandescent light bulbs, which are more orange. Mm-hmm. So the old school light bulbs when I was a kid.
They didn't flicker as much, did they?
Orange, so they didn't flicker, but they had the red light spectrum as well as the blue and the yellow and the green and everything else all mixed in. So
still not ideal, but it's like still night and day difference, isn't it?
It's still closer to what you get in nature, because now we're out in nature, we're getting a full spectrum of light. Nowhere in nature is there completely just blue light isolated on its own. Mm-hmm. We have blue light in the middle of the day when we need the most energy. Yeah. But even when the sun at its most gets to 50% blue light at midday, it's still got 50% red light, which is the beneficial part of the light. But yeah, so we're overstimulating ourselves with this blue light, this concentrated blue light from our screens and our devices. But that is also, again, research has shown that it's also increasing the blood glucose level in your skin and all these other things as well. So again, when you start having all these chemical reactions, then the thing that you need to make these chemical reactions occur is water, because water is the kind of the transporter of everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
That's why
dehydration is very,
I
very
say
important.
when Jack Cruz says blue light is the root of obesity, people sort of lose their heads a bit, don't they? But they don't realise that that initial step of artificial blue light on your skin or coming into your eyes, stimulating glucosis, stimulates that, your body starts um, going down that route, instantly setting yourself up for failure. Doesn't matter what you eat for the rest of the day or how good you eat, you're still putting yourself at a disadvantage by especially being exposed to that light outside of, daytime light, whether it's early in the morning or late at night.
So what Jack Cruz is basically saying when he's saying that blue light causes obesity is, if blue light is increasing your blood sugar levels, then you're basically, when you're sat in your office in front of a computer screen all day, you're basically eating a pack of Haribos all day without even physically eating
Yeah,
a pack of Haribos,
without realising.
without realizing. So you're increasing your blood sugar levels highly and spiking them all day long. So
Because we make food from light as well.
yeah,
That's another thing people don't realise. I mean, I said this to you a few weeks ago. Why do people, when it's summer, lose their appetite? Everyone's outside in the sun more, and your body's still making a bit of food from, the good quality sunlight.
and don't forget, the plants basically they synthesize the sunlight for us, so that it gives us the nutritions when we eat them. So we're eating sunlight from the plants, from the animals, everything else. Everything's connected to sunlight. So we're, even when we're eating physical food, we're basically eating a form of sunlight.
It's the
Pretty
root.
much.
It's the root of life, isn't it?
It's the root of
It's like
life.
point of origin.
Light, water, and
Yeah.
magnetism are the main three things to the, as Jack Cruz says, to the three-legged stool. But what I noticed when I was on holiday is a lot of the more obese people didn't take the top off. Maybe
Yeah,
they're insecure, maybe they're whatever else.
Yeah. So you
But
cover more
they
skin.
they cover themselves up a lot
It's doing
more.
them an injustice, really,
Yeah,
isn't
of
it?
course it
It's
is.
not doing them any favours.
Nah, it's not doing them any favors. And then the people who are in good condition, they are basically as naked as possible in the sun, getting as much sun exposure as possible. So they're eating the sunlight, so they don't need to eat as much physical food when you're out
Yeah.
doing the right things. Especially if you couple that with groundings,
I mean-
swimming in the sea, getting your toes in the sand, getting the right amount of magnetism then as well at the same time as the sunlight. Then you drink a lot of water, and then basically maximizing three-legged stool, and you're a lot more vital than a lot of other people.
Well, I was going to say, people think wearing clothes, especially in the summer, is sort of like the norm, but you wouldn't put clothes on a tree, would you? 'Cause it wouldn't grow properly.
Listen,
Wouldn't make food.
no animals wear clothes except for us.
Yeah.
Why are we the sickest animal species on the planet?
Be a big reason. I mean, you see,
is.
even domesticated animals, you see like old women putting, the coats on the dogs in the winter. You know for a fact that dog's gonna be ill.
Not healthy at all. This is the thing, though. We've domesticated ourselves just like we've domesticated our dogs. So the dogs, we spoke about this in the past, dogs come from the ancestral lineage of a wolf, and a wolf is able to survive in nature because it can hunt. It's got the thick
Yeah.
enough skin to actually be able to do what it needs to do to survive. A chihuahua that wears a coat in the winter because it's shivering, and it's used to being indoors all day, and having its food provided for it, is not able to survive in nature anymore. So it's a domesticated animal, just like we're doing that to ourselves on a human level. And also in the winter, what happens in the winter? More rain, more breeze, more cold exposure. These are all
shorter light cycles.
shorter light, but all these things are actually hydrating you more.
Yeah, especially the cold.
Especially the cold, yeah. So if you get a really, really red hot shower, you come out of it dehydrated.
Yeah.
You have a cold shower, you come out of it invigorated, feeling amazing. You know what I mean? So You shouldn't even wear too many clothes in the winter. Really,
Face the true winter, like how you're meant to, sort of thing.
like Jack Cruz says, embrace the suck.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But I was even going to say before about the domesticated animals. You'll find that people's pets have the same disease as them because they
Yeah,
live in
for
the
sure.
same
Same
controlled environment.
So is
And
it?
no,
Go on. So is it? It's the same with families. Oh, my family has a history of diabetes.
yeah,
My family has a history of cancer.
yeah.
Actually, it's not genetic. It's the fact that you guys have
I,
shared the same environment.
I was going to say it will be genetic, but it's mitochondrial. So it's like
Yeah.
it's not set in stone. It's not like
No, it's not set in stone.
born and you're going to die
It's
of heart disease.
epigenetics.
Yeah,
It's epigenetics. So
yeah.
epigenetics is basically our genes adapt to our environment.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? So
They can
if
change. It's not like I
yeah,
said, it's not set in stone. Like
your genes
you're
aren't set in
born with
stone.
2 arms and 2 legs. That's never going to change. But how good your mitochondria is, if you're sitting in an office all day compared to sitting in the sun, that's the type of thing will change your gene expression.
And mitochondria, for those of you who don't know, is basically like the battery of your cell, and that is what produces the energy levels in your body.
And water.
And it produces intracellular water as well, which is exclusion zone water, which is a different type of water. It's like a weird plasma type of water, and it hydrates you from the inside out. Most diseases or kind of illnesses are derived from us fucking up our mitochondria,
Mitochondrial dysfunction, isn't it?
basically. So when we start fucking up our mitochondria, we start having bad energy levels, and we start losing life force. We start dehydrating ourselves, and when you do that, your life force starts dropping. All the other diseases basically occur. So what happens when a tree or an animal or something in nature is starting to get sick? Nature attacks it, and it gets decomposed into basically energy for the living things. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we do. That's what disease is. Listen, you've not been following nature's path. You haven't been keeping your life force at a good enough level. So nature is now going to send the decomposers. It's going to send the
Like the exterminators almost.
exterminators, which are fungus, so fungal infections, parasites, inflammation. All these other things are basically nature's decomposers that will be like, listen, this life force is dying off, so let's recycle it and use it for something else. You know what I'm saying?
But I was going to say, you said all disease can be traced back to mitochondrial dysfunction and your mitochondria slowing down. Most people know that death pretty much starts all the time with either your brain or your heart. And where have you got the most mitochondria? Brain and your heart, don't you?
That's where most of our new modern day diseases are concentrated around. Brain issues, heart issues, that's where most of the mortality rate is nowadays. Heart attacks,
Like,
brain aneurysms, dementia, all these other things, you know what I mean?
I would say it's
And
no coincidence that
that's where most of your mitochondria is concentrated in.
not a coincidence.
It's not a coincidence. How do you fix your mitochondria?
I would say before we go down that bit, I was back to when we were saying about the animals, domesticated animals. Even in zoos, animals have illnesses in there. I remember there was a specific type of big cat. It might have been like a leopard, maybe, very like a rare type of leopard. And when they're in a zoo, their fur doesn't grow properly because they're stuck in like a glass enclosure. They can't get the full spectrum sunlight that's needed for it to grow properly. And a lot of the animals in a zoo will have diseases. They'll be ill.
Of course, it's because they've been taken out of their natural environments, And when we get taken out of our natural environments, we start going against nature. Nature starts saying, sound, let's start fucking decomposing you and recycling your energy.
Say, even like your own nature, your own body, you'll start building up inflammation And that's just your body's way of trying to save itself, isn't it?
For sure. Listen, most diseases are us basically trying to save ourselves
Yeah.
and give us more
Like-
time
Like I was gonna say this again. This
to fix these changes. You know
this
what I mean?
is a-
Sometimes most of the time we don't listen, do we? Go on.
this is a completely different podcast topic. This is gonna go too deep, but even cancer, when you've got malignant cancer and it spreads around your body, where the tumor starts to grow is where you produce the most light, because your body's getting sucked of light and mitochondria is failing. What happens a lot of the time is wherever the tumor grows, the other cancerous cells will follow it to where the other bit of the tumor's growing to try and harness as much light of it as possible. It's your body just fighting against itself because you're dying, and that's it trying to save itself.
Basically, yeah. So if you get out into the light more,
Pissed off a lot of doctors there, haven't I? Definitely.
fuck 'em.
Oh,
But if you get out into nature more and you get the full spectrum sunlight on you, then you're giving your body what it needs and increasing the life force.
what was the question you said before? You said, how do you get rid of inflammation?
No,
Was that?
I said, how do you fix your mitochondria?
Yeah. Well, it's the same sort of thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Go on. Should we lay out the blueprint?
Fuck it, let's do
So
it.
we spoke about light water magnetism.
Three-legged
Yeah,
stool.
that's probably a good place to start.
That's probably the best place to start.
Start with
Number one is light.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You look at any religious text.
Let
and
there be light.
Yeah. First page or two, it's going to talk about light. The point of origin for everything. Like you were saying, the vegetables or fruit that you eat is just pretty much created from light, isn't it?
It's basically a physical form of
The
light.
cow that we're going to eat later, it's ate the grass grown in light because it's got a very specific type of stomach. It can harness the nutrients from the grass. We eat it. We can get the nutrients from the meat, and it's just that cycle, isn't it? But the point of origin again, it starts with light.
It does start with light.
Sunlight.
So let's break down why light is important. Most diseases, and we start fucking up our mitochondria basically when we start messing with our day and night cycles.
Yeah.
Which is our light cycle, which is the circadian rhythm.
Yeah. Circadian biology.
Circadian biology.
That's one of the roots, isn't it?
That's one of the roots to good health.
Yeah.
Is actually waking up when the sun rises and trying to go to bed as close to sunset as possible and not having as much artificial light when there's no light in nature. When nature gets dark, you should get dark in your environment. When nature wakes up, you should wake up.
Yeah.
When you're doing that, you're basically following nature's cycle, and your body then is in tune with the natural cycle of the day, so it produces the right chemicals, has the right chemical reactions, makes the right biological processes at the right time.
Just kickstarts everything, doesn't it?
So that you can actually have the energy at the right time of the day, have the melanin,
starts
the
to be
melatonin
produced.
produced at the right time of the day as well, so that you sleep on time, so that you're not awake at all times of the night and whatever. So when you start listening to circadian biology and actually paying attention to it and getting in tune with nature and its light cycles, then you start fixing your mitochondria, pretty much doing that. So this is one of the big things that, again, Jack Kruse speaks about, is wake up, see the sunrise. First things first.
Never miss a sunrise.
Never miss
That's
a
one of his
sunrise.
sayings, isn't it?
Yeah, so what happens is when the sun is rising, doesn't matter if it's cloudy or not, you're getting a large amount of red light and near infrared light as well.
Has the lowest colour temperature.
Yeah,
it?
and it's the most beneficial.
On the Kelvin scale.
And it's the most beneficial form of light as well, red light. A lot of people are doing red light therapy nowadays, and
I don't even think it's
all this, that, the other.
I don't even think it's the most important. I reckon they're all just as important, but because we're so blue light toxic, people go to red, because red and blue are at the complete opposite ends of the spectrum.
Yeah.
So people are too blue light toxic, so they're trying to compensate by doing all this red light therapy.
For sure, but we have a free 20-30 minutes of red light every morning.
People paying thousands for these red light machines when you could just get up for the sunrise.
every
and
day.
that's going to be, I mean, I say 10 times, it could even be more than that, 10 times more beneficial than, because again, it's still an artificial type of light. It can be beneficial, but you can't beat nature. You can't outthink nature. There's a strict blueprint, and if you don't stick to it, then you're
There
missing
is
out.
no alternative to nature.
Yeah, there's nothing else.
Yeah. So if you wake up in the morning and you see the sunrise, then you're basically resetting that circadian rhythm clock, that suprachiasmatic nuclei, which is
Just the
in
master clock, isn't it?
is the
Controls
master clock of
everything.
your body in the middle of your brain,
All,
in your hypothalamus.
all hormone production, everything comes from
So
that
when
one
you
little bit.
so when you set that clock correctly, all the other clocks in your body basically produce the right chemicals at the right time to make sure that you are on point with your health, pretty much. So that's step number one.
Yeah. But I was going to say, when we were talking about how bad blue light is before, big reason why it's bad is because it disrupts that whole rhythm or like biological sort of skeleton, doesn't it? If you're looking at blue light, 8 o'clock at night, your brain's getting the midday stimulus of, right, I'm active, I need to be doing, got the most energy production at this point, when in reality you should be getting ready to go to sleep. And then your brain's thinking, right, in 6 hours time, I'm going to start winding down to go to sleep. 6 hours later, by that point, you might already be starting to wake up the next day, mightn't you?
For sure.
And you've
So
missed that whole night of good sleep and recovery methods, and you've completely missed it, and your body hasn't had time to recycle like cancerous cells or waste product.
so to put that simply, we have the most amount of blue light at midday, and that's when you should be exposed to blue light. When we start exposing ourselves to blue light, once the sun is set, we're basically telling our body it's still midday, produce loads of energy, and then it's hard for us to sleep, and then we're not getting. Listen, again, it's gonna be another podcast or whatever, but we're not getting that state of being fasted from light as well, because light is food. Yeah. So we need to fast from food for a certain period of time. We need to fast from light for a certain period of time.
That's where dark comes in, doesn't
So
it?
darkness is super important, because basically you're giving your body that rest and digest, that Dr. Quiet that Paul Chek speaks about, to where it's like, right, okay, it's nighttime now. Now is the time for us to actually start to regenerate, start eating away at the cells that are damaged and toxic. Let's start clearing away let's clear the bins in your body, basically. And if you're on your phone at 10 o'clock at night, then that's fucking up that whole process, pretty much. And you're getting overstimulated, and this is why people find it hard for them to sleep, and then it's hard to get up in the morning, and then you're just fighting a losing battle, because your energy levels are getting lower and lower and lower, because you're not getting that right amount of, right, let's fast from light, let's have absolutely no light. And that's hard as well, because you got street lights, you might have a security light in your back, and then the fox comes out, and then that turns on, and then this is where you might need to invest in an eye mask and
Red light glasses, blue light blocking glasses.
Yeah, blue light blocking glasses at night. If you are going to be outdoors, if you are going to be indoors with artificial light around you, you should be blocking out that blue light as much as possible. And this is the thing. Obviously, you can wear blue light blocking glasses, but even if it's hitting your skin,
cover your skin up.
It's
fully clothed.
You've got to be fully clothed too. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's hard for you. In modern day society, it's hard to completely get away from it.
Set up for failure, aren't you?
What you can do is negate it as much as possible, and try and be as strict with yourself when it comes to light as you can. So that you do get the right biological processes at the right time, producing the right chemicals, the right hormones, etc., etc., and your body can be in sync with nature. Because when it's in sync with nature, then you're getting the most amount of life force, as opposed to killing yourself slowly.
I was going to say I was speaking to a lad in
or more fast, because we're all dying slowly.
Yeah,
Just
say,
about it's about the rate of how fast you want to die.
I was going to say we've only got a certain amount of heartbeats possible. You can't increase it. The only thing you can do is not make it decrease as quick as possible.
Yeah.
I can't remember what the scientist was called who found it, but a mouse and an elephant have the same amount of heartbeats in a lifetime. Just that the elephant's heart is going to beat slower.
So it outlives.
Yeah, I was going to say, but at the same time, our heart can only beat so many times. It's up to you how many beats you preserve, isn't it?
CrossFit every morning, 200 beats per minute, guys. Every morning,
red
kill
zone,
yourself as
red
fast
zone
as
cardio
possible. Yeah.
in blue light. Just go home and have a grenade protein bar. Put your meal prep in the microwave.
Chug a Red Bull just to get that heart going,
Fucking
guys.
retards, honestly.
Have a coffee and a Red Bull and a pre-workout all in one, you know, just to get that heart going in the morning, guys. You know.
But
what was you gonna
I was gonna say, I was speaking to a lad in the gym the other day, and he was asking me about his sleep. He said he's got insomnia. He's like up till 6 o'clock in the morning, can't get to sleep. He'll fall asleep like as the sun's coming up pretty much, and will only sleep for a couple of hours, and he just looks fucked. He's like so pale.
Did you work with you? What did you say in the gym?
Nah, he's just someone who comes into the gym.
Yeah, go on.
And I was saying to him, he was saying, oh, I've been taking melatonin, I've been prescribed all this shit. I'm like, listen, stop taking all of that.
Yeah.
I said, and just watch a couple of my videos. I just said, grabbed his phone, said, put my Instagram in, said, go and watch a few of them, come back to me. He's definitely watched them. Has he took action? Probably not.
But again, does he understand the importance of why he needs to do that? And also, probably.
I've made sure he's watched the videos. 100%.
But again, people need the same amount of, or there needs kind of information to be thrown in their face multiple times for them to get it. Do you know what I mean? A lot of people do. Anyway, it's one of the cognitive kind of biases.
I think as well
that we have.
It's free game. Like we always say, free game falls on deaf ears, doesn't it? Like a lot of the shit we're saying, people are going to be watching thinking, I like the sound of that. But in reality, you're going to get up for sunrise the next 2 days and then fuck it off, aren't you? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Until you get cancer, then you're going to be like, oh my God, please help me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Until it's too late a lot of the time. But yeah. I mean, I'll catch up with him, see what or if he took any of it on board. But again, I'm not going to say it'll solve all of his problems, what I've said, but I think if I'm being completely honest, it's going to solve most of them. He's going to reduce his bad sleep and his insomnia.
Well, at the end of the day, if you're taking a supplement for something that your body should naturally produce, then your body's going to stop producing it because you have an excess of it in your body anyway. Yeah. So then you're fucking up you're fucking up the natural processes of your body by taking things from the external that you're meant to make internally. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I was going to say, everyone knows about nicotine and dopamine, you know, cigarettes or vapes, whatever, but they seem to think it's different with supplements, as if it's like a different rule. It's not. It's all the same, isn't it?
It's all the same.
If you're taking it from outside, your body's going to stop producing it inside, aren't you?
100%. It's again, you can look at nature as an example. I learned this in biology in school. You have the predator and the prey. You have, say, lions and
antelope.
An antelope. Okay, if you say, oh, okay, there's only a small amount of antelopes left. Let's kill all the lions off so that they can thrive. They thrive, then they actually start becoming a pest and eating up all of the plants, and then there's no plants left, and then that starts fucking up with some other biological process, and then there's no rats or whatever else that are keeping the insects in check, and then etc. It starts messing the
yeah.
whole cycle fucks up. So again, vice versa. If you kill all the antelope, and keep the tigers and whatever, then they've got no food, and it all fucks up. Do you know what I'm saying? So
It's there for a reason.
It's all there for a reason. It's all in balance. Nature is always
doesn't make mistakes.
It doesn't make mistakes. It's always perfect for the most part, you know. And it does things with its own kind of intelligence.
I would say that was a big side rant then.
Yeah.
Was it's gonna be a lot of this. So if you don't like it, then this isn't the podcast for you. It's gonna be here, there, and everywhere.
Yeah, fuck it.
The question was how can you optimize your mitochondria, or how can you improve your mitochondria? So that was all light, wasn't it?
It's all about light.
That was the side rant on light.
All about light.
We should go on to water.
Just very quickly before we go on to water, if that kid with insomnia starts getting up for sunrise, then he's going to produce melatonin at the right time of the day. That's going to make him sleepy. If he eliminates, all the light in his environment, so that he's not destroying his melatonin,
it's going to do him so much good. But
then he's going to keep all that melatonin to help him fall asleep at the right time, and then he can get up again for sunrise, and then the cycle is going to continue, and then he's going to start balancing out all of his hormones and having everything produced at the right time, so that he's not falling asleep at stupid o'clock and waking up knackered for his shift in the morning or whatever.
I was going to say, because your melatonin and your cortisol are at opposite ends of the sleep spectrum. So if your cortisol's high, your melatonin's going to be low. And that's why blue light is bad, again, because when you're exposed to blue light, your cortisol's high. If you're looking at your phone at 10 o'clock at night, scrolling through TikTok or whatever shit, your melatonin should be at its highest at that point, shouldn't it, for you to fall asleep? So, you just hope he sorts it out, because, I mean, he's going to... If he's struggling with that and he's like my age, then it's not looking good over the next 30, 40 years, is it? That's a breeding ground for a lot of diseases to sort of settle in, isn't it?
And ultimately, again, this is a different podcast, and I'll speak about this a lot more in depth when it comes to biogeometry and the primordial fog, and basically us being, like all of us being a part of God, and God is the whole universe, and because God only has God to experience itself through making individuals like us, so that we can do this sort of stuff. So actually, what our aim is, by sharing our truth, is hopefully we can start increasing the life force in you. And what that does is then has a knock-on effect on your environment, and every room and every interaction that you go through in your life, you have a positive impact on. Then that starts to increase the whole of the world's life force at the same time. Because what we're doing as human beings, because we're fucking ourselves up, we're fucking nature up at the same time, because it's connected. It's all connected. We're all part of the same source. So if we heal ourselves, then we heal nature simultaneously. We heal just us being the best version of ourselves.
Is it called a symbiotic relationship?
Yeah,
where
sure.
It's both parties benefit, but then also both parties are at a disadvantage. Or negatively affected.
It's like your gut health. It's symbiotic, basically. The good bacteria need the bad bacteria, and you need to be able to do both. So this is why us as humans have free will. We need to fuck ourselves up to learn not to do that again, type shit. You know what I'm saying? But once you know better, then you need to do better. So don't listen to our podcast. Know better, and then don't do better, because then you're going to fuck yourself up by doing that. You know what I mean? As soon as we give you this information, she'll be like, right, I know better now. Now I need to start to do better.
I would say I'd rather have like 10,000 people who follow the protocol rather than a million people watching it.
For sure. I'd rather have 10 people
Yeah.
completely follow the
Yeah.
protocol, because guess what? Just
Like-
10 people doing that
Yeah.
will have a global effect. Just you, that the one person that just watching this podcast, just you doing it is going to have a global impact. We are the drop in the ocean, but we're also
ocean
an
in the
ocean
drop.
in a drop.
I was just gonna say
Yeah.
that before. I was waiting for you to finish to literally say that.
Yeah.
I
So
can't remember who I heard say it.
we are so powerful that me as an individual, I am a whole universe. I have a billion trillion cells within
Yeah,
me.
you're an
So
ecosystem in
I'm a
yourself, aren't you?
complete ecosystem. I'm a complete universe. So once I heal myself to the highest extent that I can, I've automatically basically made a ripple in the ocean that has affected the whole
Yeah.
ocean overall. And that's our aim by sharing our truth. Should we check the camera
Nah.
before we jump onto
I was gonna say, just before we finish on that
Go
note, I was say for people who don't believe. Well, you said you'd rather have 10 people to make a global effect. For people who don't believe in that, I can't remember what the experiment was or who it was done by, but have you heard of the experiment where they sent a letter around the world and found out you only need 6 people to get a letter to absolutely anywhere on the planet?
Oh, bro, we're all so connected that I think it's not even 6. I think it's
Less than that.
like I'm connected to Donald Trump through like 3, 4 people.
Yeah.
I know somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody who knows him.
Yeah. So
That's how close we all.
seen
That's how
videos.
close we're all connected.
I've seen videos online of someone linking like Anne Frank to like Gucci Mane or something stupid like that.
Bro.
And it's literally within a couple of pictures. You know,
Bro.
you get from one to the other. It's like everyone is so closely linked. People don't even realise.
It's
So
because
if
we're
you
all
can
from the same source.
say if you can get a letter around the world to absolutely anywhere, you give it to some random farmer in the middle of nowhere, it'll find its way wherever. If that takes 5 or 6 people and we can get, say, 10 people who are watching this to sort of spread the message and embody sort of the teachings, then, I mean, don't know what the effect's going to be, do you?
And that's why we're doing this.
So
Yeah.
that was the big side rant on
On
light,
light.
on light, wasn't it? Did we even? We must have touched on water at some point. Should we go
touched
back?
we touched on water, but let's actually go back to
Go
water.
over briefly.
Because
So, well, that was how we started, wasn't it? Saying
that was how we started.
most life, 80% of life is water. That's one of the 3-legged parts of the stool, isn't it?
Life is completely reliant on water. Water is the life force of everything. Water is, again, once you start going super duper deep into this, how the universe works and how everything is, you start understanding that we're all, number one, a projection of God's universe, whatever you want to call it, kind of mental image, because everything starts from the mental first, if that makes sense. Yeah.
It's got to be a thought.
It's got to be a thought before it becomes an action.
A reality.
Yeah.
Before it goes onto the physical plane.
So, first things first is the thought. Yeah. The second thing is the emotion, a feeling. Yeah. Okay. And the feeling is the water. Water is like a physical form of the emotion. Yeah. That's why, again, when you look into astrology and all this, again, super duper separate podcast. The water signs are the emotional ones. You know what I'm saying? But
I would say we were talking about the experiment where you write. Is it
yeah,
you write on a piece of paper different words, and the water will have a different sort of effect.
So,
won't it? Or if you shout,
Japanese fella,
shout at water even, it holds.
Yeah. So a Japanese fella basically did an experiment where you take a glass of water and you write certain words on it, then you take a drop of water, put it onto a petri dish and put it underneath a microscope, and once it's frozen and you look at it underneath a microscope, it forms a perfect geometric shape if the words are positive and have a positive emotion. When they have a negative emotion, like I hate you or whatever, I want to kill you, etc., then the water, once it's frozen and looking and seen under a microscope, it's all deformed.
It's distorted, isn't it?
So if you can do that with a glass of water, imagine when you're angry, what's happening to all of your water
and you're
in your body.
80+% water, aren't you? That's just
100%.
happening in your body, just on a large scale.
And then also, just to kind of make you understand this a little bit better, when you're walking past somebody and they're super pissed off, you feel that emotionally from them. When you walk past somebody and they're super happy, you feel that. You know what I mean? You feel people's intentions.
I was literally about to say that. It's the intention that gets put into something. It's like the subconscious almost, isn't it? It's that emotion that's rooted in it.
Again, the emotion starts though from the mental. So you've got to kind of program your brain, not have stinking thinking, like Paul Check speaks about. And once you don't have stinking thinking, then you can start to affect your emotions correctly, program them to what you want them to feel like, and then all of your cells in your body, all of the water in your body is singing and dancing and happy and loving, you know? So that's how powerful water is. We drink glass bottled water, Highland Spring, drawn from organic land, because we like to support people and companies that are doing the planet right, doing justice to the planet, actually providing back to nature, providing us with the essence of nature, not fucking up nature as well, you know? Because I don't want to support these water companies that are producing plastic bottles and getting water from springs that have been sprayed with chemicals all around it, and I don't want to support that with my money, you know. But if you can't afford that, it doesn't matter. Even the water that you get from the tap, we're quite lucky because we're from the Wirral. We actually have good quality water from the tap. People don't realise this.
I'd say it's
better quality than 90% of
a lot
places.
of places. Yeah,
it
100%.
is. Yeah, but even if you don't have good quality water wherever you are, just you blessing the water, just you taking a cup of water, and it might even look muggy and dirty and it doesn't taste the best and whatever, but if you look at it like, you know what, I love you, I bless you, you're going to hydrate me, you're going to give me all the energy that I need, me and you together, we're going to change the world, you know. This has a massive, massive, massive effect on the water that you drink. Instead of looking at the water, oh, grim, this is heavy, oh, I don't really want to drink, kind of be drinking this. You know what I mean? You're giving that water a negative intention, and then it has negative impacts on you. Again, this is as a global scale. Once we start as a whole society, once we start to heal ourselves and start to give the intracellular water within us the positivity that it needs, the natural water in nature is going to start being healthier and healing more and be even better for us to drink. And we might get to a place where the tap water is amazing, at an amazing level, and we haven't done anything to it. All we've done is change our intentions. You know what I mean?
I'd say that's going to be hard for people to do, though. I think, like you said, bless the water, change your intentions. That's not like a short-term fix, is it?
It takes a little bit of spiritual maturity, a little bit of
100%.
a higher level of consciousness, let's call it. I don't want to say a higher level, just a more kind of expanded level of consciousness. When you start understanding that we're all connected and everything comes from the same source, then you can do these sort of things. And this is why we're here, to teach you that this sort of stuff is possible. You know,
I would say that was a good advert for fucking Highland Springs. Let's fucking sponsor us after that.
Yeah, facts. Highland
Get on
Get on us.
Get on the email.
Get on us, because we spend a lot of money on you guys.
That's free promo. But at the same time, we're not going to give free promos to anyone who doesn't deserve it, realistically.
Listen, exactly. We absolutely love your water, by the way. It's the cleanest, nicest, freshest water I can drink. So, give me some free bottles, please. Give me a sponsorship deal.
Sponsored athlete.
I'll be a Highland Spring glass bottle athlete any day of the week. Sign me up. But yeah, going back to water, that's what water is. It's a really spiritual thing, water. People don't realise it. Yeah. And it has a massive spiritual connection to who we are, because we are mostly water. And again, when you look at, just type in Emoto, EMOTO, water experiment on YouTube, and you can see for yourself what the effects of water are. You know, this isn't my research. This has been done probably before I was alive.
I was going to say, probably make it clear that a lot of this stuff isn't our opinion, is it?
A lot of this stuff isn't our opinion. We have researched.
Yeah. This is
this
years.
stuff. This is years of research. This is years
study.
of, and not just research.
Trial and error. We've tried a lot of shit, and as I say, it's found what works.
Exactly, 100%.
I mean, I've tried the following the mainstream, industry scam sort of thing, and it just doesn't work. Follow the mainstream ideology, and it puts you at a disadvantage. And the reason it puts you at a disadvantage is because people can profit off of your naivety. Like again, we said before, your health is free. Nature provides you it for free. It's just, if you've got someone who's sat in front of a computer all day compared to someone who's in the sun, Big Pharma can't make any profit off the person who's in the sun all day, whereas they can prescribe someone who sits behind the computer all day.
They can subscribe you.
They've got a lifetime customer then.
They can subscribe you with vitamin D supplements,
vitamin
and
D,
get you hooked
artificial
on that.
vitamin D3.
And again, we can break this down into scientific stuff if you really want to know about it. But vitamin D is not even. It shouldn't even be a supplement. Considered a supplement. It's a light derived hormone.
Yeah. Well,
it comes from light. That's the only real way you can get it.
So you've got D2 and D3. Your D2 you can get from plant foods, but the main one's D3. There's no replacement for sun. You can only get it from the sun. If you're not in the sun, then there's a very, very high chance that you're deficient in vitamin D.
For sure.
Yeah.
So, water's very important. Bless your water. Love it. Send it healing vibes.
And then find the best quality you can.
And find the best quality that you can. We can go into deuterium depleted water. That might be a completely different podcast, to be honest.
I was say before we
start getting a bit deep, because there is a lot of levels to water. All I am going to say before I let you say whatever you want to say, and we'll move on from water, is if you are going to get a good filtration system,
I was just going to say that.
A water distiller, a reverse osmosis machine or some shit.
Be careful.
For your water, be careful, because it takes all of the minerals out of your water. And when the minerals are taken out of your water, then it's not very safe to drink, because your body, the water in your cells, has a lot of minerals in it naturally. And if you know what osmosis is, if you learned that in biology, if you don't know, look it up for yourself. I'm not going to give you a
high concentration gradients to low concentration gradients.
So high concentration always goes to lower concentration so that it can balance itself out. If you're drinking water with a low concentration of minerals and your cells have a high concentration of minerals, then your cells are actually losing minerals to the water that you're drinking as it goes through your body. Yeah. So you're demineralizing yourself, and you're actually dehydrating yourself.
You're just pissing it straight out. It's like you're stealing from the rich to give to the poor.
For sure. So you should actually have the have the good quality water that's been filtered and whatever else and blessed and whatever else, and then add minerals back to it. Sea salt's a good one.
What would you say?
Electrolytes are good ones.
What sea salt would we recommend?
I'd recommend
Himalayan pink.
Himalayan's all right.
Celtic.
The Celtic stuff's good. Again, do your own research because I'm not here to sponsor anybody for free.
Yeah, fuck that.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, get some good quality mineral salt.
Yeah.
Sea salt is probably the best, and the cheapest. Excuse me. If you're not going to do that, there's some good companies that do really good electrolytes. You can get good flavored ones as well that I use. It's a nice way of breaking up your water and having a little bit of flavor in your water at the same time, because it does get boring just drinking water 24/7, you know. So yeah, and a little tip, if you do love your fizzy drinks and you are going to treat yourself with a fizzy drink every now and then, get some good quality sparkling water, then put in a flavored electrolyte in it, and you've got a Fanta, a Sprite, or whatever flavor that you choose, you know. And again, it's much better because the water is high in minerals. It's got loads of salts in it, and it's hydrating your body a lot more than a can of whatever you're going to drink from the supermarket. All these commercial drinks. Again, not to name names and give anybody free promo, but all this stuff is actually dehydrating you subtly.
Because like you were saying about the filters and reverse osmosis, people think that it's good for you because it filters out the shit.
Filters everything.
It filters everything. It filters out the good and the bad. So you're just left with like an empty product sort of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just like modern day milk. It's not got the
it doesn't have the bacteria.
It's not got the right amount of bacteria in because it's been pasteurized and homogenized and boiled, and then all the good bacteria, as well as the bad bacteria, have been killed off. But most of the time, if you're getting really good quality raw organic milk, then it's got a lot more good bacteria than it does bad. Even if it does have a few bad bacteria in it, the good is outweighing the bad so much that you don't get ill off it. Me and Lou drink that shit all day, every day, and we're still there.
Yeah, so you said organic. I was going to say, to take it a step further, that pasteurized milk has been made from inorganic milk, just regular commercial farmed milk. So
it's pasteurized and it's non-organic.
Yeah,
it's just dead.
Yeah, there's not much
life force in there.
Yeah. Should we move on to magnetism?
Yeah, let's
do it. Spoke about light and water. That's 2 out of the 3 legs to life. And then the third is magnetism. So should we start with the day and night magnetism, how that changes?
Let's go for it.
So in the daytime, it's more electro, isn't it? And over nighttime, it's more magnetic. The electro will come from the sun, and if you're grounded, whereas over nighttime, it's more of a magnetic flux, isn't it? The magnetic side helps you, especially with sleep. I mean, it's probably doing it an injustice to just say it helps you with sleep, but that's one of the main sort of talking points, isn't it?
So if we could just break down definitions dead quick, you have EMR or EMF, which is electromagnetic frequency or radiation, and I would say that was a bit of a generalization of you only have electric in the sun or in the daytime and magnetic at night. You have both all the time.
You have both. It's just
because they're both interlinked.
Yeah.
You know?
It's just that the electro is slightly more in the day, isn't it?
So they're both linked, and the fact that we have that in nature anyway. It's a part of nature. Electromagnetic radiation or frequency, it's a part of nature. The sun produces it for us. We have it from the ground, from the Schumann resonance of the earth, which is the 7.83 hertz that the earth kind of vibrates at. Then you have solar flares as well, which is an increase in the radiation. You know, again, nature provides that just naturally for us.
I'll say when we were speaking before about EMF and non-native EMF, it'd be good to clarify that the non-native EMF is man-made
That's why I
electromagnetic
started
frequencies.
with definitions, because we're going to be speaking a lot about
Yeah.
this, and then at least people understand where we're coming from. So you have nature's EMF, which is sun.
Native, that's native EMF.
Yes. So you have the sun, you have the moon.
Yeah.
You know, the moon it controls the tides. You know, the
And like you were saying, the Schumann resonance
human
comes from the
resonance.
earth.
It comes from
The earth is an electromagnetic frequency, but again, it's native. It's real.
provided by nature.
Whereas the non-native is artificial and man-made. That's your blue light, or the radiation that comes from your laptop,
Or your phone, or Wi-Fi, or 4 or 5G
the
towers,
towers.
and all this cell phone lines, electrical wiring in your house.
Batteries.
All of that is non-native EMF, so it's not natural. The Earth's Schumann resonance, it's only 7.83 hertz. It's quite low. A lot of the stuff that we have now in our technologies is
so
super
much
high.
higher. It's like ridiculously higher, isn't it?
And what that is doing is, number one, it's dehydrating you, because I use a microwave oven for an example. When you put a steak in a microwave oven, it comes out like leather because it's just been completely dehydrated.
Yeah. All the water's gone.
All the water's just been sucked out of it, you know. Whereas if you're cooking it in a fire, that's a more natural form of kind of radiating your food, you know, and it still keeps the juices, as long as you're not overburning it, you know what I mean? Or sorry, overcooking it and burning it. But yeah, so the key things to understand when it comes to magnetism is you want to try and get in nature's magnetism as much as possible, and try to avoid the extremities that we are experiencing from modern day technology. So if you're in an office building and there's heating on as well at the same time, and you're surrounded by non-native EMF, by 20 laptops or PCs and 15 phones, iPhones, and
you've got an aircon.
You got a Wi-Fi router, and you've got the fucking heating on because it's in the middle of the winter as well. You are absolutely frying yourself. You're dehydrating yourself. You're burning yourself up from the inside out, and that is what is gonna mess with your mitochondria. That is what is gonna basically reduce the amount of life force that you have in your body.
Yeah.
You know, so that's very, very important that we get out in nature. If you've got a garden, take your shoes off, get bare skin connection to the floor. When you do that, then you're basically grounding yourself. What grounding yourself does is it protects you from all of the other non-native EMF. So I could still have my phone in my hand. If I'm grounded, I'm protecting myself from that radiation, because that high frequency radiation is then going down
into the
ground. Just like in the UK. In the UK, we have then 3 plug sockets. You have positive, negative. Then you have that third one, which is the earthing pin. What that is doing is all the electromagnetic frequencies that are being produced when them pins go into that plug socket is then getting grounded into the floor, so that you're not getting loads of sparks kind of flying out of your
plug. It's like stray sort of energy, isn't it?
It's
getting funneled.
It's getting funneled. So what ends up happening is, when we're walking around all day and we never connect or ground ourselves, we're carrying loads of electromagnetic frequencies in our body that have nowhere to go.
Yeah,
so then they start to oxidate you. Again, you can look into oxidation and the effects of that. and that starts to increase the amount of inflammation in your body, and that basically starts to damage you from the inside
It
out.
doesn't have an outlet. It just stays in the system, doesn't it?
It's just like wearing socks and rubbing your feet on the carpet
Yeah.
and then touching someone and lecky shocking them, you know?
Yeah. But any heavy machinery needs a grounding outlet. I mean, any machinery that doesn't have grounding never lasts as long as the one that does have grounding. Because again, the energy just and inflammation, well, the equivalence of inflammation for a machine is going to build up in that, and it has a shorter life cycle than the one that is grounded.
It's them stray kind of electrical magnetic frequencies that have nowhere to go, that then start to mess the machine up from the inside out, just like we do with ourselves, you know. By the way, water makes the electric current stronger because water is like a semiconductor. Yeah, so when you're in the sea or you're on wet grass in the mornings, you're getting higher levels of grounding and connecting to nature's natural EMF, which is bonus points, by the way.
I was going to say, to explain more of the science behind it, your inflammation is positive charge, isn't it?
Basically.
When you stand on the earth and you're grounded, there's electrons on the surface of the earth.
Which are negative charged.
Electrons are negatively charged. And that positive charged inflammation in your body is literally getting grounded. It comes out of you. And the electrons from the earth come in and it balances the equation.
Yeah, it balances it out.
Because I can't remember which way round it is, but it's either the earth is the anode and the sun is the cathode, or it's the other way round. And when you mix the two, like electrolysis back in secondary school when you learn it in year 8 or whatever, when you mix the two, free electrons get produced on the surface, and that's where the free electrons come from on the earth. Negatively charged help balance out your system, which will be positively charged if it's high in inflammation. That's why grounding's important.
For sure.
I say it's important. I say it's important for us to sort of talk about that, because a lot of people don't explain the science. Again, it's not our opinion, and I feel like
grounding.
I was just gonna say a lot of the people,
grass, bro. Hug a tree, bro.
I was just gonna say it's just hippies, isn't it? Let's be honest. Just say it how it is. It's just people who prescribe and say how good the grounding is, they're all unemployed. let's just be honest. I mean, it's important for someone like us, I think, to sort of talk about that, because there's real benefit to it. And it's not just opinion or that I'm smoking too much weed. There's real life benefits to it.
Let me just say this as well. When I was out on holiday last week, and I'm sitting on the beach, and I'm getting loads of radiation from the sun, and my skin's starting to, I don't want to say burn, but it's starting to get hot. Jump in the ocean. Cools me down, but also all that kind of radiation that I've just built up grounded it straight away back into the sea. And this is why I didn't have to wear any sunscreen when I was away. I didn't have to do anything. I could stay out in as much heat as possible, because I'm charging my body up, and then I'm dissipating the positive charge as well at the same time. That's
the outlet.
That's the outlet. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so this is why nature gives you everything that you need. It's all free, man.
Say it's free. I mean, you're never gonna get this from a lot of doctors, are you? Really? Mm-hmm. But I mean, talking about magnetism and just grounding, then you're in Lanzarote, which is volcanic.
Yep.
Should we explain why volcanoes are the best for grounding?
So, volcanic places are basically where the Earth's crust is thinner, so you're getting higher levels of magnetism, natural magnetism from the earth coming through the land. So when you are grounded in somewhere like Lanzarote, or swimming in the ocean in places like Lanzarote, you're getting double dose of grounding. You know what I mean? Was
the sand black or darker?
Darker, yeah, much darker.
Sand.
A lot of the rocks were all black, volcanic.
So volcanic sand or places where there's a volcano, the sand is darker, and that's better for grounding because it holds more energy. I mean, why do people say don't wear black t-shirts in the summer? Because it holds more heat and energy.
It absorbs
So
more.
yeah, so it's just a bigger energy store. So if you can ground on volcanic land, then you're going to be getting a lot more, like you said, energy from the earth, but then the sun's energy is going to be held more in the sand. And then to mix that, if you're on the beach as well and your feet are in the water as well while you're on the black sand, it's even more, isn't it? You said more bigger conductor.
Yeah.
It's just like the perfect place
Water's
to
the best
ground.
semiconductor for.
I mean, and then if we're going to take it a step further as well, the water underneath volcanoes are deuterium depleted.
Which will explain a little bit more
Yeah,
what that
yeah.
is all about.
It's just the
It's just
perfect
super.
place.
Yeah, it's a perfect place. And what I love about Lanzarote as well, it's the same time zone as the UK.
Yeah,
It's just fucking perfect for us. So we're not kind of throwing off our own
yeah,
natural circadian rhythms off as much anyway as well. Because when you go to somewhere which is 5-6 hours ahead or whatever, then your body takes a lot of time to
yeah.
adjust to that circadian
It's
rhythm,
stressful, isn't
and
it?
it's quite stressful on your body. And then when you come back, you're jet lagged and this, that, the other. You know, if you're going to somewhere like Lanzarote, then you're still waking up and sleeping at the same time, so your cells are still kind of making all the same biological processes, and it's not having to adjust as heavily.
A lot less stressful for your system,
Yep,
something like that.
for sure. So that's magnetism in a nutshell,
Yeah.
basically.
So if you tick all them boxes that we just spoke about, then you're going to
You're a
improve.
gangster,
Yeah,
basically.
you're going to improve your mitochondrial function, and it's going to make you healthier and reduce the chances drastically of becoming ill.
And it's all free
Yeah.
for the most part.
Now, all we just spoke about, like, obviously you've got to pay for water, don't you? Or you might pay for organic food, but
Or you can go find a
I was,
spring.
yeah,
You can go find a spring.
that's always an option. But the point is that if we were cavemen, it's all you step outside your cave, and your health is in front of you. Do you know what I mean?
Yep.
There's no there's no room for any products or any shit that you try to get sold. It's all there for you, like at your fingertips. Just you need to act on it now. You've learned it. You've got the game. Go and do something with it.
So now compare that and all the things that we told you to what the modern day health and fitness regime and all the influencers are talking about nowadays.
Yeah.
Okay. Make sure you wear your Apple Watch, which is radiating you, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you can track your 10,000 steps a day.
Yeah. For you to go home, get your calories tracker out. I've done 10,500 steps a day. That means I'm allowed an extra 13 grams of chocolate for me dessert. Which means just complete insanity. And listen, I'm not going to lie. When I was younger, 15, 16, starting to go down this rabbit hole, learning about this stuff, I fell into that trap. You quite quickly learn it doesn't work. It's not setting you in the good position to be optimal.
If you think about what we spoke about in the light topic of basically all of food is a manifestation of light. If you're eating a banana in the middle of December in this country,
Yeah.
we don't have enough light in our environment
To support the digestion.
to make a banana in nature. So bananas don't grow in England in general anyway, pretty much, but especially not in December. So we get a banana imported from the Dominican Republic where it's still hot as fucking December.
Yeah.
Then we're eating this banana in the middle of December. How is your body meant to digest that? Because we haven't, in nature, that doesn't exist.
Yeah. I would say up until 100 years ago, me being from England, I mean, even if you being in India, you're not finding bananas anywhere near where you live, are you? Your system and your body has never physically been able to be exposed to that type of food,
So
and at that time of year as well.
when you go down this light thing, again, we're going to have to start going. There's so many layers. We're just skimming the surface on all this sort of
it's
stuff.
just scratching the surface, aren't we?
We're just scratching the surface. So
This is the introduction where we're
Yeah.
skipping over everything dead quick and giving like a brief sort of overlook. But
for sure. So if you start looking at, right, if I eat food that is being produced in nature at this time from my local environment,
local and seasonal eating,
exactly, then that is a lot healthier for your digestive system to manage and handle.
even circadian biology, we talk about
Again,
the light cycles. You use the example of a banana in the winter, let's say the 31st of December. The light cycles at that time are so short, they're not going to support the digestion of a banana that's been grown on the complete opposite side of the planet, where the light cycle is a lot longer. It's a lot more of a tropical environment where the heat is a lot more extreme. Me being in England, when the sun's setting at 4 p.m, my body's not going to be able to handle that food and efficiently use it.
And not just that, if you look in nature, what sort of food is provided in the UK on the 31st of December? It's mostly animals.
I would say there's no
animal meat,
fruit or veg growing.
There's no fruit or veg growing in the UK in
very
December.
Small. Yeah,
you know what I mean.
And people again will still eat as normal, and they think bananas are good for you. It's like it's a half truth. Yeah, it is, but there's context to it, and this is why it's called. The title on our podcast is Sharing Our Truth, because a banana can be good for you.
Yep.
But it's not a copy and paste, and the same rules apply for everyone.
For sure, a banana is good for you if you live in Costa Rica in the summertime. A banana's great. Yeah, a banana's great for you because that's where bananas are produced, and that's where you're meant to eat bananas.
Again, nature doesn't make mistakes. If the banana isn't in your environment and you can't walk 10-20 minutes to find it outside your house, then you probably shouldn't be eating it.
For sure, and that's another thing that again, most of these health and fitness industry coaches and influencers don't even understand.
Yeah, not at all. 200 grams of carbs at least a day. I mean, don't be in a ketosis because your fat intake is going to be too high and your cholesterol is going to be too high. I mean, just shit like that. Whereas industry is just so far behind what it should be. It's just
1000%. But we're here to bring it back.
Yeah, don't worry about.
We're here to bring it back to where it needs to be.
It's almost like we've become too advanced. We've become more stupid at the same time. It's like you're trying to look for these artificial protein products instead of
it's convenience. It's convenience is killing us. Convenience and comfort have killed us. I was listening to a Rudolf Steiner video. I think it was last night, and it was like about the origins of money, and money was basically made to be a convenience originally. And now it's the biggest inconvenience that we all have in our life because we all need to make loads of money to be able to survive in this modern day capitalistic, materialistic society, Whereas back in the day, everybody was just producing most of the stuff that they needed themselves on their piece of land. So they didn't have much need for money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I would say money's just become like a big energy store. If you lived across the road and you grew, or say you had cows and I grew apples, I'd come over to you and go, right, for a bit of your beef, how many apples do you want, sort of thing, and that'd be it. Whereas
bargaining again,
I was going to say, it got to the point where you might not want apples, so it's like, right, what can I give you? I need your beef, but I physically can't give you anything. That's where money comes from. That's where the energy store is. That money that I'd give you is sort of like my apples condensed and put into another form, isn't it?
Basically, just in a paper form. It's like a receipt. It's like you can have this much of whatever you want because you've produced enough for society, of shit.
It's just
it's
an energy store. It got from trading in barter to condensed and put into just a paper note.
For sure. So
even think like there's a national minimum wage. Think of the money you get paid. That money that comes in is just an accumulation of your actual energy output. Your day's work is just your energy output, just in a different form. Yeah.
madness. But yeah, so that's, like I said, think about all the stuff that we speak about, or we've spoken about. Oh shit, make sure I haven't turned this mic off. That's good.
No, you're all right.
Think about all the stuff that we spoke about and compare it to stuff that you see on Instagram every day, of wear your Apple Watch and or your Fitbit or whatever the fuck, and track the. It doesn't matter what you eat as long as it
Yeah.
it
As long
fits
as
into your macronutrient profile.
As long as
You know
you're
what I mean?
eating 2,500 calories a day, do what you want.
Yeah, exactly. And all these other things. And again, listen, there's because we're scratching the surface, and our minds are very powerful. We can program a lot of stuff, to even when things aren't, let's say, healthy. Me and Lou, we're not speaking here from a holier than thou, we never eat Five Guys
No, yeah,
type of vibe, because we do. But again, when we do, we bless it, we program it in certain ways. We do it only on occasions, and we still live our life. We still have phones. We still have Wi-Fi in our house. But
so you've got to enjoy the good and the bad at the same time, don't you? It's like
we live in modern day society.
You've got to bite from the apple.
Yeah.
Sometimes
we live in modern day society. We're a part of it. Let's actually just make modern day society more in tune with nature, as opposed to going even further and further and further away from nature, and going more and more and more into our convenience and our comfort, to where we are basically destroying ourselves and we're destroying nature at the same time, which doesn't make sense.
Got to be,
You know what I mean?
Got to have the balance between sticking to nature, which, if we're being honest, should be most of the time following that blueprint. But like we said, we're not going to pretend to sit here and say we haven't ate a seed oil in the past 10 years and that we haven't been on a night out ever. Do you know what I mean? It's not relatable, and we'd be lying and not being authentic. It's like you've got to, like I said, you've got to bite from the apple sometimes, and but be lying if we said we didn't enjoy it. But again, that's not an excuse to do it all the time. It's got to be,
and not just that,
meaningful.
Yeah, exactly. And not just that, when you know better, you can do better. If you don't know, you don't have the information, which is what we're doing. We're trying to share with you the truths that we've come to the conclusion of, that have made us into the individuals that we are today, so we can speak about these sort of things. If we didn't know this information, then we were doing the exact same as everybody else and thinking that we're doing the right thing. You know what I mean? But this is why a lot of people who look really good on the outside, are really fit, have a lot of Instagram followers, have all this influence, but they're dying of cancer.
Yeah.
But they
juiced up to the gills.
But they're juiced up because they need to rely on exogenous testosterone, because their natural testosterone levels are shot. You know what I mean? And all these other things, because they're not sticking to nature's principles and giving the free game that nature provides you.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I know a lad, and he's been on juice for a couple of years, and he turned around to me the other day, and he was saying like how good his physique is, and he's got like the most sort of perfect Instagram physique. Do you know what I mean? For aesthetic, sort of to be aesthetically pleasing. And he just turned around and he was like, yeah, well, went to the doctor the other day. He said, I've got like a blood clot near my lungs. And it's like, I don't know, there's not much you can do with that, is there? It's like you're trading the aesthetic. You're looking good on the outside, but the inside is like quickly dying.
Paul Chek says it best. Most of these people who look really fit on the outside are sick on the inside. He calls them fit, sick people.
Yeah.
Look amazing outside.
Yeah.
But internally,
it's fucked.
Your organs and everything else are fucking dying. Rapid death. Not a slow death, but a rapid death. Yeah.
Them heartbeats are getting reduced quickly.
Very fast. And listen, there's no bodybuilder who's been taking loads of crazy supplements and juice and what have you. None of them age gracefully, guys.
Nah.
None of them age gracefully. None of them look and feel amazing.
Well, they don't actually get a chance to age, do they? If we're being honest, they die quite young.
A day off.
So yeah, they don't even get a chance to age at all. There's like a few exceptions to the rule, but do you know what I mean, it's not good for most of them.
For sure. It's crazy.
And that's why we call it sharing our truth, because it's not a copy and paste, and it's not one size fits all. We're trying to make personal training personal again, aren't we? It's all individual.
And it's not even just personal training, it's like personal development, personal lifestyle, personal health.
It's more than just personal training, but doing ourselves an injustice, aren't we, by putting that label on us.
We're so much more than that, bro.
Yeah, 100%. But yeah, like a example we've spoke about before, we call it sharing our truth because it's not copy and paste. We should talk about grounding, but if you're within the small sort of category of people that live in LA, for example, grounding might not be a good thing for you to do. We speak about how,
because there's a lot of EMFs running through the ground that you're tapping into, so there's so much electromagnetic frequencies man-made through wiring and all this other shit that you have in places like LA, and again
California in general.
Again, even the sunlight in LA is not good for you because there's so much EMF in the environment.
It changes
in the environment, in the actual atmosphere, that is changing the frequency of the light that you're getting. So people don't even know that. Again, that's a totally different podcast. Probably we'll have to go in depth on that.
A lot of people in LA are vitamin D deficient.
Even though there's sun year round.
Yeah, how is that possible? But that's why. And then, like I said, grounding for those type of people might not do them benefits. You said there's a lot of shit underground, but as well, even on the surface, there's so many different radio towers, radio frequencies. It messes with everything. So again, sharing our truth. If you live in LA, maybe don't ground. Or we had another example of people in Australia have some of the highest rates of skin cancer. And we talk about getting in the sun as much as you can, expose as much as your skin to the sun as possible. But like we said, you need to be true to your environment. And if we're being realistic, Australian people, just by default, aren't true to their environment. They're British people who, a few hundred years ago, were criminals, shipped to the other side of the planet. I mean, me with white skin going to Australia, I'm not meant to be there. My skin and my body has not evolved to be in Australia. So again, sharing our truth. Some small exceptions to the rule might not benefit from all the things that we're saying. But that's where you can take the game that we speak about and apply it to yourself.
Listen, we're not saying to you that this is the truth. What we're saying is...
Because there never is.
That doesn't exist. The truth
all context
is subjective to your truth. We're trying to help you find your truth, not saying that this is the truth.
Yeah, this is the black and white final line.
Like everything that we speak about, don't believe us. Go and research it yourself.
Challenge our knowledge. If you want to call us out, do it, because we'll happily have the conversation.
100%. Listen, look at and again, we'll give you some, we'll try and shout out as many people that we learn this sort of stuff from, like the Jack Cruisers of the world, like the Alexis Cohens, like the Paul Checks, and all these other people who have influenced us so much and have helped us discover our truth. It's true for us, So, again, do your own research. We'll always say that, and this is not medical advice.
Yeah.
We're not doctors. I'm not a licensed doctor to say this is the only thing that you need to do, and that's it. All I'm saying is this might help you, and as long as it helps one person, then it's all worthwhile for us.
Job done. Yeah.
Job done. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. Should we wrap up there?
Wrap up. No more free game.
Yeah.
Wait to the next podcast. Ask us questions if you have questions.
That's enough free game for one day.
Facts.
I've had enough now.
Yeah, facts.
Right, well, you're going to have to subscribe or like it, whatever the button is, press it, and if you want more free game. If not, then it's all right.
And
You'll be back at some point.
yeah, and ask us questions if you've got questions for us. You know, if you want us to speak about certain topics and what have you, we can do that because we are
Just the beginning. This
yeah.
is just the start.
We're only
So,
just starting, yeah, for sure.
right, that'll do us.